I'm live. I'm reading The Comedians. Today is the 10th of September 25. This is a novel by Greene. It plays in Haiti, and it started with a journey on a cargo ship of these three men, passengers. Mr. Smith, who is a presidential candidate, Mr. Jones, who calls himself Major Jones, and Mr. Brown, who's telling this story. And this chapter has much been about his past, how he came to have a hotel in Port-au-Prince. We are here in Roman 3. This is a very long chapter. It's the second part of the book, and I continue now. We admire the qualities which are beyond our reach. So I admired loyalty, and at that moment I nearly walked away from her forever. I don't know what restrained me. Perhaps I detected in her voice another quality which I find admirable, the quality of desperation. Desperation and truth are closely akin. The desperate confession can usually be trusted, and just as it is not given to everyone to make a deathbed confession, so the capacity for desperation is granted to very few, and I was not one of them. But she had it, and it excused her in my eyes. I would have done better to have followed my first thought and walked away, for I would have walked away from a lot of unhappiness. Instead, I waited for her at the door of the salle while she picked up her winnings. She was the same age as the woman I had known in Monte Carlo, but time had reversed our ages. The first woman had been old enough to be my mother, and now I was old enough to be this stranger's father. She was very dark and small and nervous. I would never have taken her for a German. She came towards me, counting her dollars to hide her timidity. She had made a desperate cast, and now she didn't know what to do with a bite at the end of her line. I asked, "Where's your husband?" "In the car," she said, and looking out I noticed for the first time the Peugeot car with the CD plates. In the front seat beside the wheel the big man sat, smoking his long cigar. His shoulders were wide and flat. You could have hung a poster onto them. They looked like a wall closing a cul-de-sac. "When can I see you again?" "Here, outside in the car park. I can't come to your hotel." "You know who I am?" "I ask questions too," she said. "Tomorrow night?" "At 10. I must be back at 1. And now, will you want to know what's kept you?" "He has infinite patience," she said. "It's a diplomatic quality. He wants to speak till the political situation is ripe. He waits to speak till the political situation is ripe." "Then why must you be back at 1? "I have a child. He always wakes around 1 and calls for me. It's a habit, a bad habit. He has nightmares about a robber in the house." "Your only child?" "Yes." She touched my arm, and at that moment the ambassador in the car put out his right hand and sounded the horn twice, but not too impatiently. He didn't even turn his head, or he would have seen us. "You're summoned back," I said, and with my first claim on her, the shadow of other claims fell on me. "I suppose it's nearly 1, she added quickly. "I knew your mother. I liked her. She was real." She went out to the car. Her husband opened the door for her without turning, and she got behind the wheel. The end of his cigar glowed beside her cheek, like a warning lamp at the end of a road under repair. I went back to the hotel, and Joseph met me on the steps. He said that Marcel had come back half an hour before and asked for a room for the night. "Only for tonight?" "He say he go tomorrow." He had paid in advance, putting down the sum, which he knew to be correct. He had ordered 2 bottles of rum to be sent up, and he asked if he might have the room of Madame la Comtesse. If he could have had his old room. But then I remembered that the new guest, an American professor, was there. I wasn't unduly troubled. In a way, I was touched. I was glad that my mother had been so liked by her lover, and by the woman in the casino, whose first name I had forgotten to ask. I would have liked her myself, perhaps, if she had given me half a chance. Perhaps I had in mind the hope that her likability might have been passed on to me, a great advantage in business, as well as 2/3 of her hotel. So this is the end of this chapter. The next one to follow soon.